I'm breaking the limit inside you. Stop begging someone to hide you. I'm breaking the limit inside you. Stop begging someone to hide you. Step up, because you're the next one in line for the kill. You don't believe me, but I'm betting that you will. Oh, turns out, wonderfully, oh, what a happy moment, playing at least that and the Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance music does not return a copyright notice on YouTube. I was expecting that. I've had that for the last few pieces of music. Even if it's like an MF Doom, you know, you get a little notice saying you're using copyrighted material, but it's okay. It just means the owner of the copyright can suck money out of your videos if you've got adverts and stuff on them, or something like that, or something. Which I don't really care about. I'm not making money on YouTube videos, so that's all good anyway. But regardless, I've only had, I think, 1 or 2 incidents where there's been copyright and it has been an issue where I have to change or edit the video or remove it entirely. But I put the fucking Stone Cold fuck music on, you fuck penis, and apparently it's all fucking good. I was expecting at least to get some kind of, oh, steady on, careful. I mean, there's no problem, you're not in trouble, but just be aware you're using copyright material on your video. But nothing like that happened. I made myself sick. So that's why I thought, hey, in that case, why don't I open with it today? Why don't I play it again? I'll just keep playing it throughout the entire video just because I fucking can. Yeah, all right. It's good though, isn't it? I started my day with that. You know, this past week has been a low mood week. I always feel like I'm saying like, oh, I've not been doing too well, guys. Sorry if I take a while to get to things. I've not feeling great. But that's just how it is sometimes, isn't it? It's low mood times, days, weeks, months, years, etc. They can be difficult to deal with. And they happen, Shit happens. Sometimes that shit is depression. Yay! Do. But I knew I had to get up early-ish today and get shit done. I had to go to the post office. I had stuff that I'd had to send out from quite a while ago. Just needed to fucking get goddamn done. So I've got to bring up the picture of what the fuck I'm actually painting so I can see what the fuck I'm supposed to be painting. Fuck piece of shit. Fucking piss balls in my ass dick. I watched some older podcast videos back recently. I used to be a lot more lively, but young and full of piss and shit and vinegar and cum and ass and dick balls. I used to swear a lot more. Maybe I'm maturing and not feeling the need to swear so much. Or maybe you can fuck suck my balls, you piece of shit cunts. Bunch of fucking cunts soaking up all the free content I make for you and giving me nothing in return. Except for the few of you that do. I appreciate those of you. I appreciate all of you, anyone who watches all my shit. But I appreciate the people that pay for it more. Because money's important. Apparently. That's what they tell us anyway. They also tell us that vaccines actually do something, but we all know that's a conspiracy. Those people are idiots, by the way. The people that believe that vaccines are bad are idiots. Oh, they're trying to control us. Yeah, but that's all they do all day, every day. The idea of them controlling us with vaccines is ridiculous. It's nothing new that they're trying to control. Anyway, hey, do you know what's funny? I had a dream the other day. That's not what I was talking about at all. Let me finish what I was talking about, which was I was feeling a poo and I got up extra early. I made sure, set my alarm, and I was like, right, because I've set my alarm for the past few days to get up early. I just haven't gotten up early. I set my alarm, go, that's cool, anyway, and gone back to bed. But today I was like, I have to get up. Set my alarm, stayed awake, woke up on my alarm, stayed awake, pissed about my phone for a little bit, and then just when I was feeling like, maybe I'll just put my head down on the pillow for a bit more and get a bit more sleep, I thought, no, and then I put this on. And I was fucking ready to go. I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's get the day. Let's get the day in. Let's get it won. Let's win. Let's win the day. Let's be fucking useful for at least a little while. And it worked. It gave me a little boost, a little stone cold boost of stone cold energy. And I got my shit together. Got to the post office. I actually had to get up and then address a bunch of envelopes and pack some shit up. I had to actually do almost actual work. That was horrific, having to go through that ordeal. And I did it. I got out, left the house, went to the post office. The end. It was about as exciting as that. But sometimes that shit's difficult. Sometimes living life, being human, can be tricky, and I don't like doing it. I don't like being alive most of the time. Therefore, everything I do is sort of done resentfully with the fact that I have to fucking exist and all the rest of it. Also, I bit my tongue earlier, and it's really sore. So if I start talking with, if I don't talking like this or anything, I wasn't really too bothered by it or aware of it necessarily earlier. But as soon as I started talking, as I started recording this, I realised, oh no, fuck, that hurts, because it's like the bit that I bit, the part of my tongue that got bitten by me, is like scraping against my tooth, which I'm sure we've all had happen. You all know that feeling, don't you? It's a pain in the tongue. It's just fucking annoying. It is what it is. So yeah, if I start, I don't know, slurring my words and lisping and shit, then you can think, oh, it's just you was doing another funny character. Oh, he's so funny. It was talking funny to characters and things. Oh, it was really funny. But also it's because I bit my tongue and it hurts. I'm in pain. But I persist nonetheless and regardless. Nevertheless. Because I love you all and I do this for you. For everyone. Anyone and everyone. And you can all eat shit. because you're all a bunch of fucking assholes and you suck dicks. You can suck my dick and I live happily ever after. The end. I had a dream, and it was one of those dreams that was a bit weird, and I can't remember the details necessarily, but it's one of those dreams that just like stuck with me. It keeps coming back into my mind, and I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, God, fucking shut up! Busy trying to masturbate here. Get out of my head. Goddamn dreams. Who needs you, you fucks? And I'm not really going to get into what I can remember of the dream, but ultimately what's come from this is that now I feel a great need to write a letter to Elijah Wood, the actor who played Frodo Baggins, also that kid in Back to the Future, and he's in Sin City and some other shit. He's in a lot. He's a famous man. And I think I have to write a letter to him because of this dream. I feel compelled to at least attempt to contact him. I can't. I can say what. I'm not gonna say what. If I do write to him, then maybe I'll let you know. And if I do write to him, I don't expect I'd ever hear back. But if I do write to him and I do hear back, then I'll certainly let you know. But yeah, there's because of this dream that stupid won't get out of my stupid head. I have to now try to make contact with Elijah Wood, with famous Hollywood actor Elijah Wood. It's very important that I try to get hold of him if I can. I don't even know if that's literally. I don't know if that's a possibility. If that's a thing you can do. I know, like, celebrities get fan mail, or at least used to, and now maybe what you tweet at them or some shit. I don't know. But like, it can't be a case that I just get Elijah Wood's address. I just find his address and send him a letter. And it's important that I do that as well. That I actually send him a letter. Like a handwritten letter, and not just some fucking email or a message through social media or whatever. It's got to be proper. I've got to actually write and send him a letter. So I thought maybe I can like find out which agency he's represented by and send them a letter like for the attention of Elijah Wood. And they can like suss it out and be like, well, okay, well, it's clearly nothing harmful. There's nothing in it. It's literally an envelope containing a piece of paper, or several pieces of paper. And it will be a letter. I will probably include a drawing just because, as, you know, by way of like a peace offering almost, just to be like, just to let you know, I have no ill will in writing this letter. And it's not a bad letter. It's a very, very positive. It would be a positive letter that I send. But, you know, if I send it and he just looks through the paper and goes, what the fuck is this? There's like 3-4 pages of badly written writing from some 30-year-old guy, mid-30s, then it's whatever. But if he flips through the papers and there's like a drawing, like a picture of him as Frodo with Gollum and they're playing around or something, I don't know. Not that I've thought about it. That, you know, he might be a bit more open to actually paying attention to the fucking thing. So maybe I can get hold of him or get in touch. Not get hold of him. Get in touch with him through his whatever agency he's represented by. And that's my limited knowledge of like how acting and Hollywood works. So I know actors have agents that like no one really contacts celebrities directly for work or otherwise. They contact the agencies and say, is this person available for work? And we've got a part we'd like him to audition for or whatever. And then the agent passes it on to the person and then So I assume if a person wanted to send a letter to somebody like that, someone like, say, Elijah Wood, maybe the best way to do so would be through the agency. And then I don't even know if finding out which agency he's represented by is something that can just be found out by the public, or if I need like a password to get into a system that allows me to make contact with, you know, actors, agencies and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how it fucking works. I'm not one of these people who typically like writes letters to celebrities. I don't give a fuck about cunting celebrities or anything. And normally I wouldn't give a shit, or a flying fuck, or a piss or an ass, a dick or a ball bag, or any other part of the body. But in this case, I feel not even just compelled, but I feel almost a need to try to get hold of Elijah Wood somehow. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, just write him a letter, and then he'll read the letter, and then fucking whatever. But then even just, I Googled Elijah Wood, and just the stuff that comes up, and like the pictures of him and stuff, it's like, he's really fucking famous. Even if I do write a letter and try to get it to him, the chances of him getting the letter are minimal. The chances of him reading the letter are even more minimal. Chances of him giving a shit are even more minimal. And it's like, what the fuck, man? Why am I going to try and get hold of? I keep saying get hold of, like, oh, I'm going to call him up and be like, hey, Elijah, what's up? You haven't been answering my calls. Why? Don't you like me anymore? Because of this stupid dream. And normally I wouldn't care. I've had dreams about celebrities before and thought like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to like talk to a celebrity or be a friend with, or fucking bang a celebrity? Wouldn't that be fun? Usually, if I do have a dream about a celebrity, it's usually something along the lines of they bought my artwork and now I'm a famous artist. Because one famous person bought my artwork, and then other famous people saw it and they wanted some, and then more people wanted some, and then I become this like hugely well-known, successful artist because of celebrities wanting my artwork. Which, you know, we all dream about that. If you say you haven't, you're lying. Every bloody one of us has had that kind of dream of like, oh, what if, you know, just one famous person sees my art on, like, they happen upon it on social media, on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. They just happen to see it and go, oh, I really like that, and they maybe get in touch, but hey, I really like your art, by the way. And then, you know, they buy a bit and they show it off to their friends. Who knows what could happen then? We have all thought those kinds of thoughts. Which isn't the case for this Elijah Wood issue. That's not why I want to get in touch with him. Like I say, my reasons are my own to use an Elijah Wood line from Lord of the Rings. My business is my own. We're looking for the prancing pony. My business is my own. Or our business is our own, mine. Shut up. It's none of your business why I'm fucking... why I want to try to get a letter to Elijah Wood. I say it's none of your business after just telling you all of this stuff. I tell you about the fact that I need to try to write a letter to Elijah Wood. And then I start saying, shut up, it's none of your business, leave me alone. But you just said... Fuck you. This is Giant Robot Hellboy. Oh my fucking god! I was hoping to have the next issue of Nick Klein's Incredible Hulk series that we spent some time looking at, which I believe the next one, Nick Klein, is going to be back on artwork duties for. But it wasn't there. It might even come out tomorrow as of recording. So I could have just recorded it tomorrow. I still would have had time before Friday. But, fuck that shit. That's fucking... I've seen this online. I've seen it teased a little bit here and there. And to say I'm intrigued would be quite an understatement. So, I saw it on the shelf. And I thought, oh, fuck yeah. Let me pick that shit up. And I had a little flick through it. I didn't hate the artwork right away. So I thought it's at least worth getting hold of and having a little look through it. First of all, the cover. There was a variant cover by Mike Mignola, which I was tempted to get, but I really like this. It's clearly hand painted, hand ink wash, painted wash, paint washed by Duncan Fegrido. Duncan Fegrido. And it's really fucking good. And it's literally a giant robot Hellboy, which is fucking cool. Like Mecha Godzilla, but Hellboy. Mecha Hellzilla boy. Mecha Boy Hellzilla. Hell Mecha Boyzilla. Look at all the birds flying around to emphasise how bloody big he is. I like the shapes. The Hellboy shapes look very good. The jaw and the eyes and such look very, very good. Sadly, the rest of the comic isn't hand painted in that way, so it does suffer just a tiny bit from cover outdoing the interior artwork itis, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it happens, doesn't it? It's what comics are and does do. It's in England. That's bloody London, that is. London telephone boxes and the bus stop station signs. That's probably an important building in London. I don't fucking know. I don't live there. I don't give a shit. But I said, I think just last week or whenever it was, I was looking at other Hellboy comics. I'm not a big fan of most other people's Hellboys. Not in love with this one, but it's pretty good. I like the guy's ink work. I don't think I recall ever really seeing the guy's artwork too much or paying attention to it, but I like his ink work, his use of, it feels very splotchy in places, like his textures and stuff. And I think that fits Hellboy's texture quite well. And that shape of Hellboy stood there is quite good. Because in the one I showed last week, or whenever it was, one of them, there was a Hellboy stood there and he just looked like a red human, and I wasn't really happy with that. Which is a shame, because I'm who you have to make happy if you're going to make comics, Hellboy or otherwise. But yeah, I think that's a really pretty decent. It's a little bit human-esque, but that's a good Hellboy shape. The shape of the head here is good. The arching of the neck and such, with the fag hanging out of his mouth. We can call it that because we're British. So far, I mean, right off the bat, I quite like the artwork. I mean, it's pretty good. Very solid feeling areas. Like this vehicle in space on a street with people moving around. It feels very solid, very well drawn, so that's good. Lots of texture as well, which the guy's inking. I don't know if he did ink it. It doesn't say there was a separate inker, so I assume he inked his own artwork. It has a lot of texture, which I previously said certain comics lack. Even with the van speeding off. The sort of the dust and there's paper being blown up, garbage being blown up into the air and away from the gas of the car moving forwards, and piled newspapers and shit in the street, just general texture and dirt and rust on the van and shit in the road. It's really, really nice to see. texture is important in comic books. They can feel very, very vacant and sterile without that texture added in. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Hellboy's hanging out in London, 1967, evidently. Oh, it says London. I didn't even realise that. Could have done without that. London is implied without having to say it's London. But fucking whatever. The phone box rings. He goes, fuck is this going on? Bring, 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 bring. Hello? What the hell, Joe? You were supposed to... I'm sorry, they made me do it. What? Pfft. Oh no, he got shot with a dart. Collapses in the phone box. Okay. Get him, guys. And these robot guys, pack him up, put him into the back of the van, drive. Oh, have you seen that film? A real human being and a real hero. They've captured Hellboy. He's got his gun and they're looking at it like, fuck is this? These robot guys driving to a warehouse. Oh, look at all of this fucking texture, man. It's not just detail, but it's texture. Because you can draw like, what do they call them? Those big fucking freight crates things. There's a specific name for them, but I forget what they're fucking called. You know, those things. You can just draw one of those, sure, but then to draw one of those with like wires and tarps draped over it with pallets and shit stacked up against it, boxes and papers and things, all this shit going on in the warehouse. It's really, really good. Not just attention to detail, but texture, filling the world with life and shit. Same in this office. I'm only really paying attention to this now, looking at it properly for the first time, but all the papers and shit, just texture. I really, really do like and appreciate that. So I'll probably keep going on about that through the whole fucking book. Careful! Getting Hellboy onto a floating gurney. It's like 1967, but they got robots and technology and floating shit. What's going on? They've got some real technology. Holy Jesus, this big supercomputer. All these glowy bits boiling down to this colander on Hellboy's head as he's strapped into the chair. I like the design of the chair as well. It's like, almost a fairly typical sort of dentist captured person's chair. But they've got like straps for his arms and body and then like extra straps for his giant stone hand, which is cool. And the delivery, right on schedule. They're carrying in another one of these. What the fuck are those called? Because they're on Freightliners, aren't they? There's a specific crate, carrying crate. Fuck. They make homes out of them. Bollocks to it. He gives a shit. I'm here. All right. No sightseeing. Someone's showed up. Someone in like a little biker outfit. Just get in and get it done and be careful. I love you too, Sam. Ugh, shut up. All systems go. Good. Rock and roll, baby. Walt, we're hot. Oh, we're hot. What are they going to do? Ah! It brings back memories of the torture scene in Metal Gear Solid. You've got to mash the button and keep Snake alive while he's going. Etc. Oh, I shook my head a lot during that, and now I've got a headache. Oh, the fucking thing cracked open, and a giant fucking robot Hellboy comes out of it. What the fuck? And go for giant robot Hellboy. Yes, sweet. Swagger to do. I like this. This is a good page. This is a good page, a good reveal of the giant robot Hellboy. And then giant robot Hellboy just sort of coming to life and experiencing himself, looking at his hands like, the fuck am I? What's going on? Son of a... Obviously, what they've done is they've zapped his mind, they've sucked his mind out and injected it into the body of the giant robot Hellboy. So now it's giant robot Hellboy, but it's Hellboy's mind in the giant robot Hellboy body. Yeah, these are really good. This is a really good sequence. It's getting a feel for the giantness and the clouds and the birds and Him just looking at himself like, what the fuck is going on? Son of a... Your boy's stumbling around like a drunken sailor. The bunker, I see it. Good texture on the bunker, a bunch of shit all over it. These broken down fences, really, really good. Some old decayed bunker, very much so. Bodies, it looks like something out of Fallout, doesn't it? The storytelling skeletons around Fallout. How does it look? Bad, really bad. See, it's all decaying and rusted and rotten. Bodies everywhere and shit. Are you seeing this? I guess, camera on her helmet, light in her hand, showing the corpses, the dead bodies. Yeah, they see it on their TV screens. That looks like Michael Caine. Emergency power? Oh no, that would be more like emergency power? Found it. Let's see if we've got lights. Hello, my name's Michael Caine. Oh no, these giant spiders! Oh my god! It's Skyrim now. They got frostbite spiders coming after them. Blah blah blah! Shooting up the spiders. Mutant spiders, gross. Hey guys, swagger to do. Giant Hellboy isn't looking too good. How are we getting this? Cameras all over the island and they just switched on. Yes. Ooh, so they're getting it all on camera. Is that the point? Are they trying to make a TV show about giant robot Hellboy? What's going on? Well, he's looking kind of stupid. He's looking good down here. Give him a chance. He's just got to get the hang of it. That's what that says. Here we go. Woo-woo. There's a monster. There's some giant monster, a Godzilla monster. John, hang on. Jesus, I'm fighting these fucking spiders. John. Sorry, I can't do Michael Caine. Michael Caine saying Jan. Jan, what the fuck are you doing? The vault. Hang on. Blam, blam. Click, click, click. Spider noises. Giant monster time. She's got the key. Okay. Get the key. Put the key in the dink. Put the key in the dink. Whoosh. Love the texture. The texture on all the things, on the big giant Komodo Godzilla dragon lizard thing. And then suddenly it's clean in here because it's a vault. It's been unaffected by the outside shit. Cargo crates, cargo containers, big cargo, I don't know, whatever. Hand cannons, missiles. Let him do it his way. He's fully integrated now. Let him... Bram! Oh no, the lizard fucking socked him in the head. Oh, he's got little wings as well. That's cool. Bram! Oh, he hit him again. Burst! Oh, he smacked him and he fell sploosh in the water. That was pathetic. To be continued. Oh no! Their plans for giant robot Hellboy are not working out too well, are they? He's up and ready to go. 2 smacks from the giant lizard monster and he's down and out. Out for the count. Splooshed in the water. The lizard just chilling there like, fuck is this? This fucking bag of bolts. This tin man I'm supposed to be fighting. Aluminium terror. The chrome devil. And then a bunch of adverts for a bunch of other shit. I saw this in the shop. There's a variant cover by Mike Mignola. I picked it up thinking, oh cool, Mike Mignola. Open it up and there's no Mike Mignola. Oh, he just did a variant cover for that. Which is fine, you know, it's just a bit annoying when you open it up and there's not a fucking... That's pretty fucking cool!
Next one, the night of the kill. You don't believe it, but I'm betting that you will.
What are you working on today? Well, you can fucking see what I'm working on, can't you? Dumb piece of shit. Why you gotta ask such stupid fucking questions all the time? Fuck you. Fuck a lot of you. Fucking bunch of pieces of bunch of shit. Whole bunch of pieces of bunch of shits. Whole lot of you. I hate you all so much. Only joking. Or am I? Do you know what I remembered as I was mixing these colours? I've spoken before about some cunt I went to school with. It was, for the most part, he was part of like our friend group. We were all friends together. But then, you know, time goes on, you realise, oh, actually, this person's a piece of shit. But we were still like friends, I guess, up until sort of later into the school term time, whatever. Until there was, I think it was like year 10 or something, where we just sort of, I don't know, didn't fall out necessarily. Well, we did, because my friend group decided to start ostracising and actively bullying me after I'd been away for a few days. And he was one of them, the cunts. But then, so I think we had like a moment while walking home one Friday, and like, I don't know, we didn't seem to be feeling friendly towards each other, and then he went off on his way, I went off on my way, and that was that. And then there was another few days that I was away because I got off school as much as I possibly could, especially towards sort of like year 10 and 11, because my mum had a day job, which she didn't for a long time. She was very sick a lot, so she couldn't always work and such. But then at this one point she did have a day job, so a lot of times I'd leave for school in the morning, and then I know when my mum was going to leave, and then I'd wait for her to leave, and then I'd go in the back way. Sometimes I'd wait in the garden shed, and then I'd go in the back way, go in the back door, and just go home and say, fuck it, I'm homesick today. And then, like, you know, forge a sick note or whatever. Shit was easy. I stayed home as much as I could because school was a fuck. Anyway, so I was off so saw him on the Friday. We obviously had a moment where we were just sort of like, oh, you know, cool, whatever. See you next week, I guess. Yeah, cool. Can't wait for that. And then I was off for a couple of days, like the Monday, Tuesday. And then when I came back, I saw that on the desk, because I shared a desk with him in maths class, and on the desk he'd written like, "Ewan can't rap." And just a bunch of stuff like that, because at the time we were watching 8 Mile, and we'd walk home like rapping and stuff, because we were cool and fun, you know, just having a laugh. It wasn't, you know, anything serious. It was just fucking whatever. Evidently he thought that I actually wanted to seriously become a rapper, and I thought I was the best rapper ever. So he wrote on the desk, "Ewan can't rap." Which is just funny to me, because I read that and I was like, oh, he's obviously unhappy with me. Sure, fine, whatever. But that's like the least offensive thing you could possibly have written on the desk. If he wrote like, "Ewan can't draw," I'd know he's lying, because obviously I was the best artist ever. But at least I would have felt something. But then to see "Ewan can't rap," like, I don't give a shit about rapping. Fuck is wrong with you? God damn fucking idiot. And this kid was an idiot. But then, so that's not what I remembered while I was mixing my colours. What I remembered was, I guess, a couple of years previous to that, when we were like friends, I guess, hanging out skateboarding all the time and whatever. Because we were all obsessed with Tony Hawk's and CKY and Jackass, and we skate all the time. It's just what you do when you're fucking teenagers. When you're fucking teenagers. Oh, don't do that, you get in trouble. So I was around his house, and I think I just, like, while we were at dinner, I, like, drew his dog on a napkin or something. Just because, you know, that's what I do. I just sit there impressing everyone with my amazing artistic talents. And his mum was just, like, in love with that drawing straight away. She was like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. Like, just right here in front of me. I can't believe you did that. That's amazing. That's going right on the fridge. And boo, 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 boo. And I was like, oh, okay, you fucking weirdo. But sure, whatever, that's nice enough. You know, just put it on the fridge and that was cool. And then I wasn't around his house for a little while after that. But then when I was back around his house the next time, maybe, I don't know, weeks, months later, whatever, his mum goes, oh, the drawing you did of whatever the dog's name was, I don't care, but someone spilled water on it. I was so sad. That was my pride and joy, that drawing was. I was so sad when it just got ruined. Someone accidentally spilled water on it. And I look at my friend, and he's got this look on his face that, like, he's obviously not admitting to it, but not admitting to it, but he's got this look on his face that just says, oh, I don't know anything about that. What? Gee, I don't know what could have possibly happened. He obviously purposely fucking spilt water over it, because it was on the fridge as well. I don't know how you spill water over the front of the fridge accidentally. I mean, it can happen, sure, accidents happen, but it's quite clear that he, like, even back in those earlier days when I thought we were more friendly friends, he clearly just didn't really care about or respect me, and so, which is fine, because I always thought he was a fucking dildo. And then he spilt water on the dog drawing on purpose, and then his mum was sad about it, I guess. Maybe that's it. He's a mummy's boy, and he was just upset that his mum was being made happy by me instead of him, or so. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't care. It's just I remembered it randomly out of nowhere just now, and it's funny that he's clearly a fucking prick. What an absolute cocksucker. But he was a person, I don't know if I've said before, but there were times where I'd be at his house having dinner. You know, you go to your friends' houses, you have dinner or whatever. School kids doing whatever the fuck it is they do. And then we'd be at the dinner table and he'd go, what would you do? Like he'd ask, Ewan, what would you do if a cow just came in and started eating at the table? Like, what would you do? And I was like, what? I don't know. What do you mean? Like, why would that happen? And he goes, shut up, just what would you do, Ewan? And I was so annoyed with him for asking shit, dumb fucking questions like that. Like, what are you fucking talking about? What would I do if a cow came in and started eating at the dinner what the fuck are you talking about? I wouldn't do anything. I'd say, oh, look, there's a cow. Oh, no. Like, what does he expect me to say? What does anyone say when asked that question? What would you do if a cow came in and started eating at the dinner table with us? I'd take out my jetpack and go, fuck this shit, and fly away to the moon. I'd take your mum with me and 3 clones of your mum, and we'd all have a big orgy in space. And my dick's a mile long, and I could fuck all of them at the same time with my mile-long penis. What the fuck are you talking about? It just irritated me so much, because it was just what. And you know, I'm all for being dumb and silly, especially as a teenager. We're all dumb, silly idiots, and you know, making dumb, silly conversation about fucking whatever. But just, what would you do if a cow just came in and started eating at the dinner table? What the fuck are you talking about? For fuck's sake. And it's not just that it's a dumb fucking pointless question that like I still to this day don't know how a person can answer a question like that, because it's just so inane. It's just like, it almost gives me a headache thinking about how fucking stupid and boring a question it is. But what the fuck was I going to say? Something really important, obviously. Oh god, no, it's gone. It's gone from my stupid mind, whatever the point I was trying to make was. As if there was a point I was trying to make. Just fucking annoying. Just what a knob. What a fucking knob. What'd you do if it killed you? Oh, yeah, that's it. It's not just that it's a dumb fuck of a question. It's also how insistent he was that I answer. When my first reaction was, I don't know, what are you talking about? And he literally went like, shut up, what would you do, Ewan? He was like so demanding that I answer the question properly. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Shut up. I almost said his name then. Not that it would matter. I'm about as sure as I can be that no one from like my school days looks at or listens to any of my shit, so thank fuck for that. There is one guy, there's Ryan, my friend Ryan, who these days he's getting up there with his Warhammer miniature painting Instagram, and he's always been like really, really fucking good at like painting and colours and stuff. Literally, like, he's just always been fucking good at that. We're still in touch. I follow him on Instagram, he follows me. Send a little message now and then. Pretty cool. It's good to have someone around who like is cool and artistic and, you know, knows their shit. And him and I, in fact, this is really interesting. He was a year above me and always has been and still is, I guess. But we were at the same primary school and he was a year above me. When I went to this other primary school, anyway. When I was in year 3, I went to this primary school and he was in year 4. And we became friends shortly after that time because we were both into Warhammer, so we knew some of the same Warhammer people locally, and we sort of became kind of friends, I guess. And then we were in some of the same classes, because often in our primary schools you will have mixed years if it's a small school. So you might have like years 3 and 4 together, years 5 and 6 together, that sort of thing. So we had, some of the same classes and stuff in young person's school. Then he went off to secondary school, and then a year later I went to secondary school, and we were at the same secondary school. Then we went to English college, which is, I've said before, is sort of the equivalent of the last 2 years of American high school. And I was going to go to a specific college, but I didn't get in, so I went to a different college. And this different college, my friend Ryan was there. And actually, my very first day there, I went to sit on the train. I saw him, so I went to sit next to him. And he was like really pissed off, moving his shit out of the way, going, give me a second. And he looked up and saw it was me. And he went, fuck you, Ewan, get the fuck away from me, you cunt. Just because you're going to the same college doesn't mean I want to fucking sit next to you, you piece of shit. Not really. He was like, oh, Ewan, shit. I think he was reading Akira at the time. And we were like, oh, cool, Akira, yeah, I read that. Went to the same college. And then we only bloody went to the same university after college, didn't we? On the same course, doing illustration. Again, he was a year above me, so he was there a year earlier than me. But still, it's just weird how that happens, isn't it? Just the same fucking places. Can't get away from this fucking Ryan guy. I don't think he listens to like my podcasts and videos and stuff, but if he does, hello, Ryan. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He's got a life. He's got a wife and kid, and does his painting and his day job, and he's got better shit to do. He's got better shit to do than listen to my podcast, which means anyone listening right now obviously does not have better shit to do. So you currently listening to this garbage are a bunch of worthless sad sacks with no life. listening to me, and I'm the saddest sack of all. The most non-life having, sad sack piece of boring shit. And you all sit here fucking watching and listening intently, edge of your seats. Oh, get that painting done, Ewan. Oh, gotta play the Stone Cold Steve Austin intro again. That's really funny. You did that for each bit of the episode. Ah, it's really funny, Ewan. Do it some more. Go on, cunt, fucking asshole. So I'm painting these orcs. Finally. I'm painting them with a lot more care than I thought I would. I thought I'd just sort of like speed through it, like it'd be a cool, like, just paint. But evidently I'm actually spending quite a bit of time and paying quite a bit of attention to like the details and shit and trying to make it good, potentially. We'll see how long that lasts, eh? So I'm not going to be anywhere close to done during the episode. But you may have noticed, I painted a bit of it outside of the actual recording process because I wanted to have something done. It's going to take fucking forever. I'm going to try and video the whole process. And then, I'll do my typical voiceover, sort of 10 minutes or so. Talking about the process and the this and the that. And this is why I do the underpainting. There's always someone. Nowadays, I'm pretty sure people ask, ironically, they ask knowing I'm fucking sick of talking about underpainting. And they go, what's with all the red, Ewan? Tee. Ewan, what's with all the red? Ewan, if a cow came in right now and started eating at the table, what would you do? What would you do, Ewan? No, Ewan, you have to answer. What would you do if a cow came in and started eating? That would be so fucking weird and funny and random, wouldn't it? Just a cow, what's a cow doing here in the house, in the dinner table? Well, that's so fucking weird. Why is he doing that? Fuck me. So glad to be away from school and everyone there. I never went to in England we have prom, but it's nowhere near as like a bigger deal as it is over there in America, for instance. As if that's the only other place in the world. They might think it is, them, the Americans, the cunts. The Americans. I should write that one down, shouldn't I? That's pretty good. I'm probably the first person to ever think of that. Do you ever realise how there's an us in the USA? You can't spell US without us. What an absolute piece of shit, that guy. Yeah, we have prom, but it's not as big a deal. Like, it's not. We don't make as big a thing of it because we don't really have graduation as such. You just finish school because finishing secondary school or high school isn't that big a deal. Like, oh, you made it through school. Congratulations. It's a pretty basic thing. Which is funny. Americans get so pissed at certain Americans get so pissed, or people in general get so pissed. Finish the sentence, Jesus. About everyone getting a medal. Oh, life's not going to treat you well. Life's going to treat you bad, so you've got to get used to it. You can't get a medal for everything. Not everyone can win. But then they have graduation ceremony just for getting through high school. Woohoo! Congratulations. Here's a certificate for finishing school. Bravo. Here's your participation trophy for getting through school. Yeah, but life's not going to give you participation trophies. You shouldn't expect that from me. Oh, maybe next episode I'll do it all as Morph. Do you know Morph? The plasticine man. He talks like that. That's it. That's a set now. I'm going to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. 'Cause I want to do a whole episode talking like that. I won't do it anymore this episode. But maybe next episode, maybe the episode after that. Maybe I'll surprise you with it. You won't know it's coming, and then suddenly, and then it'll be my least viewed episode ever. It'll be great. Almost as least viewed as the Dalek voice. But school was like the worst. I fucking hated school so much from day one. I remember from fucking 3 years old or something, my mum walking me home from school. She was walking on the road and I was walking, well, not the road, but the pavement. And I was walking on this grass bank next to her. So I was like just above her head height. And I remember saying, I don't like school. And I was like a toddler, 3-4 years old. And she was like, oh, why don't you like school? And I was just, because it's horrible. I don't ever want to go back there. And then I had to continue going for years and years and years. Like I say, I took as many days off as I possibly could. Feigned illness or just bunked, as we call it over here. Found ways to not go in. There were even times where like there was this grassy verge on the way to school, on secondary school, at one time when I lived in a certain place. And a couple of times I'd just like, it was about halfway between my house and school, and I'd just sit on the grass on my way to school for like half an hour or more, and I'd be late for school, but like, whatever. I just needed time to just gather myself and be like, ugh, just prepare myself to go to this hellish place full of god-awful, fucking irritating people. And then one time, I get to school, and during a lesson, this one teacher, Mr. It might have been Mr. Brown, not the cool art teacher who left because he was fucking around with students. A shitty, like, I think, English teacher, Mr. Brown. And he obviously thought he'd, like, embarrass me in front of the whole class. And he goes, I was driving in today and I saw you having a nice relaxing time sitting on the grass, Ewan. And I couldn't help but notice you were late today. Maybe in future, get to school on time and stop, he didn't say dicking around, but stop dicking around and sitting on the grass. And at the time I did have asthma, and it was like a noted thing. Like the school nurse had a note saying Ewan has asthma, he requires an inhaler, make sure he has it if he shows up or whatever. Because that was a thing. And so Mr. Brown's saying all that in front of the whole class, obviously trying to catch me out in front of everyone, embarrass me, because it's really fun to embarrass kids in front of other kids. It doesn't stick with them at all. They do just fine in their lives with people like that around. So I said, oh yeah, I had an asthma attack, so I had to sit down for a few minutes. And the change in his face was so delicious. His face fucking dropped from this snarky, like, I see you were having a nice sit down before school when you should have been getting to school. It turned from that into, oh shit, are you okay? Sorry, did you have an inhaler? Is everything all right? He was like panicking to be like to backtrack on what he'd said. That was so funny. See, it's funny because you get like almost good memories like that from school, but it's like I'll take not having that memory if it means not having to have gone to school. Like that was like a funny moment in a fucking ocean of just shite. Which, everyone hates school, I think. Although I have spoken to some people since school and they've said, no, actually, I had a lot of fun at school. I had some really good friends. And I just look at them like, what the fuck is wrong? How did you have a good time at school? And it's like the worst thing is just the fucking people. Just the stupidest cunts on the planet. Especially when you get like teenagers that like think they know everything. And there was this one, I think her name was Charlotte or something, just this cunt in maths. And then she was just fucking talking. The whole class. And this was a rare moment for me because I usually just get my head down and I didn't, make myself a target or make myself known too much. But I was just so fucking annoyed by this cunt just going on and on and on. And so the teacher sort of yelled at her or whatever in maths. He goes, Charlotte. I think he just yelled, Charlotte. And then she goes, what? I haven't done anything. And I turn around and I said, that's the fucking point. Shut up and get on with your work. And no one laughed. I thought everyone would find it funny. Which is the only reason I did it. I was fucking annoyed at this fucking girl. And all she was doing was talking about just other people, just drama and shit. Like, oh my god, and then she said this, and then he said this, and she gave him a blowjob. I had a fucking... And I was so fucking angry, I turned around. I haven't done anything. That's the god fucking point. You're not doing anything. Fucking shut up. And then it was very embarrassing because it went quiet, but no one was on my side. And then she was like, "Fuck you." Yeah, it wasn't a great moment. And it was sort of confirmation that I should just shut up. Just don't get involved. Just shut up. Keep my head down. Do my drawings because I'm not doing my classwork. Just do my little doodles. Work on those and have people fucking comment and talk about them. You draw such weird shit. Why don't you draw anything cool? Fuck you. Fuck the lot of you. So that was school. Oh, that was fun times, wasn't it? How about you? Did you all enjoy school? Oh, did you just have fun times at school? Oh, it's fun days, isn't it? Oh, best years of your life, they say. Oh. When I say they are obviously fucking idiots that didn't go to school. And I was saying about the people who said, I quite enjoyed school. Did we go to the same place? Because I don't know how the fuck you enjoy that shit. Holy balls. Oh, but it's important to get an education. Is it? Jesus Christ.